Disgusting!
Deep within the darkest cracks of YouTube, you are likely to find some very disturbing content in channels that make you question what kind of sick fantasies must these people be living in. Today I want to show you one of the examples because it turns out YouTube has given a platform to two individuals who want to promote the idea that raping animals should be considered socially acceptable. This is Zooier Than Thou, a podcast channel dedicated to covering the zoophile community and all things zooey and wonderful. Zooier Than Thou seem to have this very twisted belief that somehow wanting to have sex with an animal should not be considered a concern, but rather if you say anything otherwise, you are a bigot, because apparently you should be more tolerant towards those who want to rape animals. And I use the term rape because the ideologies and beliefs of the Zooier Than Thou channel seem to come from some twisted fantasy land. As they stated in one podcast, they don't condemn people having sex with their animals as long as they respect them, acting like somehow animals are on the same level when it comes to consent. Which I think everybody with a brain cell can agree that to argue that animals have the ability to consent to sexual contact with humans is fucking absurd. But Zooier Than Thou don't have an issue with that, as it seems they have allowed zoophiles who have admitted to committing acts of bestiality on their servers. And I haven't even gotten to the hosts of the show yet, who are the summary of how twisted and disgusting this whole thing is. This is a channel that happily promotes bestiality and animal abuse, but yet they have the nerve to say that they are animal activists.
Disgusting!
Because these guys who run this channel seem to have very deluded displays of grandeur, acting like their channel is offering a heroic, positive service to those who are being oppressed by society, when in reality they're a disturbed little podcast channel run by zoophiles who have this deluded mindset that society should view their zoophilic beliefs and actions as socially acceptable. As said by the hosts themselves, they want society to have a more positive view on bestiality and the acts of bestiality. Basically, Zooier Than Thou want society to stop stigmatizing zoophilia and bestiality and want to present it in a more happy, positive light, because they live in this deluded fantasy world where everyone who doesn't agree with them are displays of bigotry. I mean, take Toggle for example. He believes that him wanting to fuck an animal is on the same level as the gay community.
Disgusting!
The channel was started and is run by two zoophiles who call themselves Frosty and Toggle. Frosty being the dog cartoon and Toggle being the rat. Now I already know about Toggle being quite a deluded idiot, especially on his Twitter page, but what is worse about Toggle is how he seems to have no concerns with sharing a platform with a drug-smuggling animal rapist. Frosty has a very long and dark history, but for some reason a couple of fanboys have cried about how we cannot talk about this now because it is disrespectful towards Frosty, because apparently he passed away not too long ago. The zoophile community were very upset by this news, and even the Zooier Than Thou show tried to build up this idea that Frosty left behind a wonderful legacy. And while you can say that he left behind what you can consider a legacy, it certainly wasn't good. Frosty is known to the internet as Douglas Brian Spink, and with a quick Google search you can start to see why this guy has been trying to hide his past away from the eyes of society. Douglas, aka Frosty, is a convicted drug smuggler and animal sex farm operator who has also been a proud activist for bestiality and zoophilia. He was charged with 3 counts of first-degree animal cruelty, according to the clerk of the court, after the former show jumper was arrested by authorities after they raided Spink's backwoods compound, where they found videos of men having sex with Spink's dogs. The story reported that he was nabbed in 2010 for allegedly allowing men to have sex with animals at his Washington farm as he watched. As evidence shows, Frosty also loves to speak about his feelings towards animals, which includes him expressing his acts of bestiality upon those animals. This post is one of the examples where, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, he jerked off a horse and drank.
Disgusting!
Frosty should not be remembered as some type of heroic martyr, because Frosty's history tells the story of just what this person is really like, but yet Toggle turns a complete blind eye to it. Probably because they share the same common interest in wanting to fuck animals and have society accept their disgusting sexual desires, because they think it should be socially acceptable, and if we refuse to accept their desires we are bigots. Because apparently it is oppression to not agree with their desires, which includes causing physical harm to animals that can't consent to their fucking desires. Okay, Zooier Than Thou, I apologise that I am a sane human being that won't get sucked into your fantasy bubbles because you are sick in the head. Zooier Than Thou are a channel which in my opinion shouldn't really exist. Run by a bunch of big-headed zoophiles who don't seem to have an issue with giving a platform to wannabe animal rapists and people who have already committed those actions without care. The channel was started up by two individuals, one being a convicted animal rapist who has no shame in his actions, and an idiot who compares his desires to fuck animals to the gay community. Welcome guys to 2020. Coronavirus, 5G bullshit conspiracy theories, and a channel dedicated to trying to present bestiality like it's something good. Fuck me sideways. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. If you have your own opinions about anything I said, leave them down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I'm now offline.